Shepherds and the crew, covering all Elite Wrestling, bringing you the news. It's Sunday Night Raw, gonna rock your world. Tune into the podcast, let the chaos unfurl. The energy's electric, the passion's on fire. Kicking out podcasts, taking higher and higher.
It is Sunday night. It's April 28th, 2024, the last Kicking Out podcast for the month of April. I'm Tanner Lee, and still your reigning, defending KLP Predictions champion. Joining me, Austin, the Shep Shepherd. Shep was so close, only missed one pick in Dynasty. That damn Chris Jericho.
Will you go ahead and put up the E?
Yep, I'm working on it. Let's see, where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Fuck Chris Jericho.
I think that's a saying that a lot of people can get behind right now.
How? No. And then even after on Dynamite, like seeing his segment on Dynamite, I wanted to jump off the tallest building in our little town and swan dive because I had to watch that segment.
Jericho and Big Bill.
Oh my God. Like seriously, just put 5,000 needles in my face. And I hate needles.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just oh my God.
Yeah. I agree. We got Steffi in the house. She's saying it was horrid. Steven Chambers says, "What's up, guys?" Good evening, Steven. Thanks for joining us. And Steffi said, "No Majin tonight. He had a prior commitment. I think he's scared to be on now that his Jets are down to my Avalanche 3-1. So I think that's
oh boy. You guys still watching that hockey bullshit, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Majin.
There he is. There he is.
Hey, hey, Majin, your Jets need Marty McSwirly, don't they, bud? Just saying.
They need something. Maybe a new goaltender right now, Majin.
Wow.
Just saying.
I mean, if Tanner's throwing that out, it must be pretty bad. I don't know shit about hockey. Wow, somebody's a little testy tonight.
I will grab my Avalanche hat if I
Are
need
you
to.
watching Shrek behind you, Tanner?
No. Well,
it says Shrek.
Well, let me preference. I have it on the Peacock because I want to put some wrestling on behind me. And
you got Shrek.
It's the main screen on Peacock.
I know, but it's still funny.
But depending on what you're going to tell me to watch, Shrek might be a better option.
How about just because I absolutely hate his flipping guts this week, let's go WCW 2000 Bash at the Beach.
All right. Oh, God.
We're close. Yeah. Maj and I are close. What was the pay-per-view they used to have from Sturgis?
Road Wild, I think.
Yeah, Road Wild. It was in the middle of a cornfield. Because Eric Bischoff is a freaking tool.
He is a loser. He's just a loser.
Actually, Shrek would beat the shit out of Eric Bischoff.
It's just got to the point where it's a joke. Anything AEW does, he's got to crap on. Anything.
He's an idiot. How he got that successful? Well, he got that successful off of one gimmick. And he rode that gimmick until it died, obviously.
And Teddy's money. Open checkbook for Ted Turner. That's
Hey, Vince, we're going to have a wrestling business over here.
So, Bash at the Beach 2000, right?
Or Hog Wild.
We'll go Bash at the Beach 2000. That sounds like an awful one. It was the last one. It says chaos ensues during Jeff Jarrett's WCW World Title match against Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Oh,
That's
that was that match that
Yeah.
they absolutely disagreed upon everything and was an absolute shit show.
So there we go. That's what we're gonna have on the background tonight. So.
Yeah, and was Bishop? No,
Road Wild, not Hog Wild.
Road Wild, Hog Wild, Road Wild, the same damn thing. Wasn't Bischoff or DDP like the guest referee there or something on that one?
I don't think so.
Was it regular referee? I don't know.
I don't know, but
It is a bunch of shit.
Yeah. Got a comment here from Steven Chambers. Here's my rant. Should have put Rosa versus Deanna, Trent versus Chuck to Collision, put the very long Phoenix match and Bill Squatch match to Rampage. Collision would have had more views.
I almost thought Rampage outworked Collision this week.
I did too.
So I can't disagree with old Steven's comments there, because for once in a year and a half, Rampage was solid. So
he says the learning tree is awesome. I hope we can all learn something from its greatness.
Hey, will you block that guy? Block that guy or woman. I'm not prejudiced. Okay, Tanner, I'm getting thirsty.
Yep. What are we drinking, Shep?
All right, so there's this. You watched? I don't watch TikTok, right? But TikTok trickles over to Instagram, right?
Right.
So my Instagram is full. You're gonna laugh at me, right? I have to be the weirdest algorithm in Instagram. So it's professional wrestling, professional golf, and home cooking and drinks. Okay. So
I like it. I
mean, if you open up my algorithm to Instagram, they're gonna say that guy's fucked up. Okay, I'm just saying. But anyways, so this new thing on Instagram is tequila and apple juice. They say you pour tequila in there, and this is a mid-range tequila, nothing fancy, nothing cheap, but you pour tequila in there with apple juice, and you could literally not taste the tequila. So here we go.
What a great sound.
What a great sound. That's so good. Oh man, kind of gives me a little. Ugh.
You got the goosebumps as the final boss.
All right, here we go. All right, so we'll give it a little stir. So this is tequila and apple juice. They say you can't taste the tequila. So salute. Holy shit. It's I mean, I gave it a good 2 count pour. That Why? That is absolutely stupid. You could get in trouble with this.
So you're getting a thumbs up. It's getting a good rating.
Taking a sip.
While you're doing that, I'm going to read what Majin says about his algorithm. Pro wrestling, porn stars, hockey, drinks, naughty stuffs, porn stars. Did I mention porn stars? I don't even know why they're on mine. I don't follow any.
I don't have any porn stars on mine. Well, do I have Jenna Jameson on mine?
She was in ECW at one time.
I might follow Jenna Jameson. I don't know. It's a 9.2 out of 10.
Oh, my goodness. That's the highest drink rating in KOP history.
This is better than the Sunny D. Remember I did the Sunny D seltzer back in the day? And you can't tell the difference?
Oh, yeah.
The only reason you can tell there's tequila in this is because when you take the initial sip, you can smell the tequila. But other than that, it literally tastes like freaking apple juice.
I'm going to have to try that because I like apple juice. So.
I mean, yeah. So we got you're going to laugh. I stole my kid's organic apple juice.
Nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. And again, I got some Cadores, just kind of middle of the road tequila that I love to make margaritas out of. So we're going to have this. And then obviously we got the old faithful back here
Oh yeah.
to finish the podcast with. So yeah, there we go. Cazadores apple juice 9.2.
9.2.
If you don't like alcohol taste and want to get a buzz, drink some tequila and apple juice.
Majin, you're not wrong. I can't disagree with that. I am a big kid, so yeah.
I'm a big kid now.
But maybe we need to send our buddy Paul, our other co-host, some apple juice and tequila to get him feeling better. So,
Oh, Paul, he's down in the weather.
Yeah.
He's always down.
the unwise man's had a rough week,
Yeah,
health wise. So,
he's got the COVID.
yeah, hopefully not.
Hopefully not. I don't want him to I want him to recover. So
Yeah. So
he still got the COVID.
Hopefully he'll be back next week. But maybe he's just down in dumps because we beat him so bad in dicey predictions.
He was maybe he had a little tequila when he made his predictions.
He might have. Well, I can't put it on that because he even brought Logan in to help him last week on the show. So it was a 2-on-1 handicap match. Zartman's against me last week on the pod and didn't help him.
I mailed my picks in because I was on a little bit of a golf trip, and if you would have had me, I almost thought about this. We were in New Albany, Indiana, down on the river, and I was with lovely Chris Smith, the old PGA pro, and I almost thought about looking at my email to see if you sent me the link. I was going to dial in on the old cell phone.
That would have been fun.
Nah, it would have been a little rough because Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I don't remember much. I played golf on Wednesday. Did not drink. I drank nothing but Powerade. So came home, watched Dynamite, and went right to bed. So first time, I'll tell you right, this is the first time in Dynamite history. What have we been? We're 5 years in, right?
No. Dynamite's 5 years in, yeah.
Dynamite's 5 years in.
Mm-hmm.
This last Dynamite might have been my first Dynamite in history where I drank nothing but Powerade and water.
Had a good couple days before then. All right.
I don't remember them, so let's go.
On YouTube here, Daniel Garcia's out of the silly pants and back to proper trunks. A massive improvement to his presentation.
He still does a dumb dance.
Does the dance.
I don't care if you wear trunks, Zumbas, or hammer pants. You do that stupid
Speaking
dance.
of the dance, Stephen Chambers on YouTube. Did you guys see the video when Rampage went off the air? TK doing the Garcia dance wearing the neck brace.
Hey, let's talk about this. Let's just get this out in the open now.
Yep.
How much coverage did AEW get because TK wore that damn neck brace through the whole NFL draft? He was on NFL Network.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the Pat McAfee show, which I believe McAfee did his on YouTube.
I don't think he was on McAfee. They were just reacting to him. Yeah, because McAfee being a WWE guy, I don't think he would have TK on the show.
Well, but I think McAfee his show was on YouTube because they were a little extra vulgar than normal. They made me look like a saint. But I mean, for him to acknowledge it and then him to say the Meltzer number from the Bucks,
yeah.
I mean, for him to acknowledge it, I thought was kind of a big deal.
That's what popped me was not only was TK showing, but Rich Eisen talked about the Bucks and Jack Perry. I'm like, this is just, it was the perfect storm this week for AEW.
And I couldn't tell you a single guy that Jacksonville Jaguars drafted, but who gives a shit?
I was nervous when they moved back. I'm like, they haven't been showing guys in the War Room. I don't know if they're going to show it, but then they showed Jacksonville's War Room. So.
Well, the first night, I think I was texting you and Paul. I was watching ESPN, NFL Network show.
Yes, that's what I was watching.
You were watching NFL Network. I was watching ESPN, and they didn't show anything at all.
The only reason I watch NFL Network, I like Daniel Jeremiah better than Mel Kiper. So that's pretty much the only reason why I chose that one. So.
But there you go. Let's. Is that Rey Mysterio unmasked behind you?
No, it's too big for Rey. I don't know who it is. That is definitely That's Juventud Guerrera.
Okay.
And I don't know. I'll let you know who the other guy is soon in a minute. But before, I mean, we will get into the ending of Dynamite right away here. But before that, Shep, I want to get your thoughts on Dynasty, since this is our first podcast since Dynasty was on pay-per-view.
One of the top 4 AEW pay-per-views of all time.
I can't disagree. I even might put in top 3. It was really strong.
I was going to put top 3, but the first Forbidden Door to me was so good right there. But
Revolution 2020 was pretty good in my book. Right before COVID, you had Kenny and Hangman versus the Bucks, Cody against MJF, Mox beating Jericho for the title that night. That was a good show.
But overall, Dynasty was an awesome pay-per-view. Even if you take out the Ospreay Danielson match,
which was maybe the best match I've ever seen.
You get 6.5 stars.
Yeah.
Was that why I saw 6.5 stars?
6.5.
I mean, does it stop at 10?
It used to be 5. It used to be 5.
And Dave
just like, eh.
How much fun is he having on this last run of his?
Last full-time run. He wanted to make that clear the other day because I don't think he's ever going to fully retire. But yeah, he's having a blast. Having a blast.
And he could have these type of matches. And I have a feeling TK goes out and says, Brian, do whatever the hell you want. Ospreay, do whatever the hell you want. Just go tear the house down. And these guys did. Like, if you showed a non-wrestling fan, a guy that makes fun of our trade, not my trade, but a trade that I love, right? A guy that just makes fun of it, says it's fake, yada, yada. If you sat them down with a beer in their hand and made them watch this match, they're going to go, oh, maybe let's watch next week. I just feel like it could get so many people involved that are not normally going to watch. It was just that good of a match.
Yeah, it was incredible. 31 minutes, and they could have gone.
They could have gone 60.
15. Yeah, oh yeah, they could have.
They could have gone 60. Yeah. 31, I felt.
It didn't feel like 31. It didn't feel like 30.
Yeah, I want to say I felt it rushed, but damn.
Yeah, it was 31 minutes, and it. There's so many good false finishes. Crowd was into it the whole time. And then the ending was unbelievable. I mean, Danielson's such a good seller. He had me honestly concerned.
Well, when he hit that, it looked like he landed just fine. Just like a normal, what do they call that?
Tiger Driver?
Is it Tiger Driver 91?
91, I believe, yeah.
Okay. When he hit it, I'm like, okay, just normal. But he soon grabbed his shoulder.
And his body squirmed.
Almost like he got a stinger.
Mm-hmm.
The ref waved for the medical staff, but didn't give up the X, which I loved. Okay. And then, the ref had his back turned so he could hit the hidden blade.
Mm-hmm. Which, God, he lays that in.
He does.
He's so damn smooth. The guy's just unbelievable.
It's so good, though. The only thing I didn't like about this was the post media scrum where he said he's going to retire it, and which we saw that on this past week,
which is beautiful storytelling there.
Beautiful storytelling, but I'm thinking, man, that's not that vicious of a move.
He's not going to retire it. It's just part of the story because now he's going to end up eventually cost himself a match because he's going to overthink doing it.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen. Yeah. And Callis is getting mad because he wouldn't pull the trigger on it Wednesday. So
I really want Ospreay to get rid of Callis.
Oh,
They
it's
need
coming.
to. They
It's
need to
coming.
split. They need to
It's
split.
coming. It's coming. But yeah, that match was awesome. I thought the last 4 matches of the show, I can't recall a pay-per-view that I've seen the last 4 matches of a show finish the show so strong as this pay-per-view. Because I thought the women's match was good, then this classic, and then the Bucks FTR, the ladder match to have to follow this up. They tore the house down. Of course, you had the return of the scapegoat goat Jack Perry, and then the main event. Good solid stuff there too with Swerve going over Joe. So.
What I loved about FTR and the Bucks, obviously, if you guys ever listen to us, obviously I'm a huge FTR fan, right? FTR is not a ladder match type team,
right?
But they adapted.
Mm-hmm.
They had a great showing. But what made this match, and you're gonna laugh at me here, Tanner, it wasn't FTR, it wasn't the Bucks, and it wasn't Jack Perry. You're looking at me confused, right?
Mm-hmm.
What made this match was the 2 ringside security guards. Because when Jack Perry came in, they went after Jack Perry like he was a fan.
Correct.
Like, this guy should not be interfering in the match. They pinned him up against the turnbuckles, pulled his mask away. Jack Perry's laughing and smiling. Holy shit, we all bit. But at first, when he went in there, and those 2 security guards, which are the same 2 security guards on every week, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've seen them when we've been to Dynamite and Indy.
One of them's named Sam. I don't know what the other one's name is. Yep.
And they sit in the corner, but those guys hopped in that ring like that guy is not involved. And we all bit. We all bit hook, line, and sinker. That's what made that match.
Good call. And I love Jack knew right where the hard cam was. Because that little smirk was.
Yes, that shit-eating grin when they pulled that mask off of him, and you're like, oh, okay. He had that dumb mask on, and he
Sting mask.
Yeah, yep. he pushes the ladder over or whatever, and all of a sudden these security guards pin him up, and you're like, oh, damn it, it's Jack.
Yep.
Perfect. Absolutely freaking as much as I want to bitch and moan about a lot of what TK does. Absolutely perfect. Well done.
Yeah, it's interesting. Majin brings up a point. I remember when everyone said Jack Perry would crumble, how he wasn't over, how the whole Punk stuff wouldn't help him. Oh, cry me a river. It's definitely helped Jack Perry. We debated it for a while a few weeks ago. Was it a good move to show the all-in backstage footage? Yes or no? Still, I don't know if it was the best, but for this story, helped Jack Perry out big time. Big time. So.
And then the promo he cut Wednesday. Was it Wednesday? Yeah.
Yes, Wednesday night. Yep.
Yeah, the promo he cut Wednesday was great. TK, you cost me 8 months.
Yep.
8 months because of this jackalope called CM Punk. He didn't say CM Punk, but
right.
Basically, you cost me 8 months because of this guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I owe you one, and I got you.
His presentation, his mic skills, how he's carrying himself, you have so much more confidence right now. This is the best version of Jack Perry we've ever seen.
As long as we continue to call him Jack Perry, and
he will.
and they stay away from the Jungle Boy thing.
Yeah. Because it is official on AEW's website. He's back on the roster, and underneath it says the Elite. So he's officially a member of the Elite, which let's get right into that. I mean, we'll hit the rest of Dynamite, but let's get right into the big headline of the week. Besides Tony going on everywhere he could. So we see at Star Dynamite, limo pull up, and it's the EVPs, the Young Bucks, Matthew, Nicholas Jackson, Okada, and Jack Perry. Then later on, we see him going to Tony Khan's office, see them all come out. Marvez is trying to get a word. They all just pat him on the shoulder. Then Matthew said later tonight, we're going to see Tony Khan, Jack Perry live in the ring together. Right away, I'm like, oh my God, Tony's going to be on TV, not just a backstage segment, not a look at the screen, I'm reading word by word segment. He's actually going to be involved in something. They saved it for the end of the show after the main event match between Moxley and Hobbs. So I'm like, okay, something big's going to happen here. Jack Perry pretty much says, hey, Tony, like, I want to be back. Reinstate me. Let's continue to change the world. They shake hands. Once again, Jack looks at the camera, gives a shit-eating grin, raises his hand, punches Tony in the stomach. The Bucks and Okada come out. They're like, what are you doing? What are you doing? The Bucks help Tony off the ground. Looks like they're going to hit an EVP trigger. The crowd's like, what are you doing? Then they help him out. Man, I was like, oh. And then Okada gives him the thumbs up. Matthew lifts TK up. Nicholas goes up on the top of the turnbuckle. They hit the TK driver, which was formerly known as the Meltzer driver. Lay out Tony Khan. Crowd's going crazy with boos or mixed reactions. They're looking at the camera. Jack Perry's flipping off the crowd. And then you can see the whole locker room come out, including Tony Khan's dad, Shad, who looked as pissed off as can be.
What a mustache.
What a stash.
What a stash.
What an ending. What a cliffhanger of Dynamite, and had the whole wrestling world talking. I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic.
Very, very well done. Jack could have laid that punch in a little harder, I thought.
He could have.
It was to the ribs.
Steven said he should have kicked him right in the nuts.
Slap nuts. The reason we're biting hook, line, and sinker is because we've had this company for 5 years and we've never had an authority figure take punishment, let alone TK.
And what do you think about that? Because a lot of people are like, oh, but Tony back in 2019 said he was never going to get involved. I still don't think, I think what he meant by that back then is like, he wasn't going to become a Mr. McMahon character. He wasn't going to become a character on TV every single week. I don't think he was referring to that he'd never do something like this.
If you do it once every 5 years, it goes over huge. Obviously, look, we're talking about it, right?
Right. It's a headline of our show.
So if we see TK in the next month and then we don't see him on TV for 5 years, come on. It works out perfectly. He knows what he's doing. As crazy as TK is, and as much shit as I give the guy with the coffee, the booger sugar, you know what I mean? As much shit as I give the guy, he is one intelligent human being. I mean, when's the last time you were the booker of one of the top 2 professional wrestling shows, and you also had influences on an NFL draft team? I mean, come on.
Yep.
Nobody.
And this was legit the first time where he wasn't at an AEW show for the whole duration last night. He got there eventually, but he wasn't there for the start of Collision because of his draft obligations. But that's why Collision or Dynamite, Collision, and Rampage were all in Jacksonville this week, so we could make both happen. NFL Films was following him around this weekend, watched him do both. So AEW is going to get a lot more publicity out of this going forward. They already announced that he's not going to be in Canada, at least storyline-wise, because he's going to be running the shows remotely. So that tells me we're going to see the EVP is going to try to take control on Wednesday night of the show.
Yep.
And the Elite as a whole. So I like what Steven Chambers says here on YouTube. It could set up blood and guts, TK's team versus the Elite and Hangman. If Hangman wants to be back, they've taken some shots at Hangman.
Well, if Hangman wants to be back, I think Hangman be on TK's team.
It's kind of what I'm thinking because they've taken shots at him.
Yeah, I think TK announces his first if that happens. I think TK announces Hangman as his first team member.
Yeah, and it's gonna be interesting this Wednesday. Kenny Omega returning. I don't think he's cleared for action yet, but it'll be nice to see Kenny and hear from Kenny, especially with all the shots the Elite have been taking at him. They're calling this version of the Elite the best one ever. It'll be pretty interesting.
Well, wasn't he on what's the gaming platform? I don't follow.
He's on Twitch all the time. He's on Twitch all the time.
But wasn't he on there saying, I didn't know I was gonna be on that show? Like he kind of. They announced he was going to be there, and he kind of like played it off like, I didn't know I was going to be there.
And I think that account kind of spoiled it. I think it was supposed to be more of a surprise. And then that account's like, hey, Kenny Omega is going to be there. And then they kind of had to go with it. Speaking of Tony and all that, notice how everyone came out of the woodwork to compare him to Vince and Bischoff just for taking a bump. Yep.
I mean, the guy is what, 5'8", 155 pounds, soaking wet.
Hey, watch it when you throw out those metrics there.
Well, he's got way more hair than you do, Tanner.
That's true. That's very true.
So when he took the bump in his suit, black socks and black New Balances, I mean, you got to give the guy a little bit of a grace period, right?
Yeah, and you know he was fired up to take that bump. He's been waiting to do that for years.
Oh, well, he's a mark,
big time.
He's just a bigger mark. Well, he's a mark just like you and I, but he just got a little deeper pockets.
Yep.
So
yeah, I'm just digging this. I like the Elite as the heel faction. And I put this out there on social media, and I was getting crapped on by WWE people all over the place. I said, if done correctly, this could be AEW's version of 1996 NWO. I wasn't trying to say it was going to be as big or anything even close to that. I was just trying to say, as far as some angles they do, taking over power, bullying everybody. So that's what I was trying to go.
You're saying we're going to have a divided locker room, TK's locker room and the EVP's locker room.
Yeah. And then it's, somebody's got to have to save AEW. Like Sting saved WCW.
Yes, Sting. He's gone.
And see, he could come back not as a performer, but he could come back and rally the troops months down the road because he's been there, done that.
He could come back against the EVPs.
Yeah, he's rallied the troops.
TK has offered him the open-ended contract to come work in the back.
Yes, Darby got ran over by a bus, broke his nose, still went through Broadway musical because he's a nut.
So wait a minute. Let's talk about this. How do you get run over by a flipping bus?
It's Darby Allin. I don't know.
I mean, as fucked up as New York is nowadays, because New York's fucked up. Let's be honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
They still have street signs and walking signs and all this stuff. So for Darby to get hit by a freaking bus, did the bus jump the curb and take him out? That's what I'm hoping happened.
I don't think so.
I mean, here's you want to hear. All right, Tanner.
Yep.
I've almost got us canceled before, right?
You almost have.
This is gonna be really close. So here's my prediction. Darby's going down New York Avenue, whatever, Broadway, whatever the hell it is, right? He's riding his skateboard. Here comes this bus, New York City Transit, right? Driven by an illegal immigrant. Doesn't know what the hell he's doing, right? He got shipped up from Texas from Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz put him in this damn bus. They gave him $10,000 and said, "Hey, drive a bus. You don't know what the hell you're doing." And the next thing you know, they hit our fucking wrestler, Darby Allin.
He might have been safe for climbing Everest.
Yeah, he should have went to climb Everest. There's no illegal immigrants up there trying to get their $10,000.
Well, there could be, but
well, that's way too much work for them.
Yep. Yeah. It's pretty bad when Maj is saying, "Oh my God."
All right, I'm done. All right, no.
Maj said, "No, wait. I know who our authority figure is. It'll be Perk Angle."
Well, he did not take he was Zoma's.
Hey, when he was on those in TNA, he was on another level. He had some great matches.
Well, when you take 20 Zomas a day, you would do some great things too, Tanner.
I would be dead, but that's all right.
Well, I mean, Angle had a little bit of size on you.
Just a little
bit. Anyways, sorry. That was my take on Darby Allin. I hope you're well, Darby. Speedy recovery. Get back. I kind of do miss Darby on television as much as I used to harp on him. I kind of miss the pop he gets. You
don't know what you miss till it's gone.
Yeah, the stupid bumps he takes on the outside. Yeah.
That was Kurt Angle in his TNA era. when he
Well,
had
hey, Steph, just to let you know, if you watch any of the documentaries, it's not Percocets he takes. He was taking Zomas, which
his own angle.
I think they're obviously the same thing, or anyways, they're a really high painkiller, But anyways, it was Zomas. So
Yep.
him and Brett Favre.
Oh, Brett. But any more thoughts on the closing of Dynamite and kind of the main story that took the headlines for AEW this week?
I thought the closing was great. What I was upset about is how the show started. The show finished great. I thought it started awful. I did not want it to start with Orange and Trent. I thought the starting segment should have been Swerve and Prince Nana. He just won the world championship. He is your world champion. He is one of the hottest things in professional wrestling and a damn good wrestler on top of it. I think you should have gave him the opening of the show. Show hits off, you hit your intro, whatever, and the first thing when the camera goes to, you hit Prince Nana's doing the dumbass dance, which it's kind of wearing on me now, right?
About time.
Not gonna do it. Anyways, I think they should have gave Swerve the opening segment, and let him come out and talk. He is such a good talker.
Yes,
let me rephrase this. He's a good talker. He has made leaps and bounds from when he first came to AEW.
Yep.
To the point now I put him one of the top talkers in AEW, which you have to do if you're going to be the world champion and carry that belt. So, yeah, I really wish the opening segment would have been them.
Yep.
So,
yep, I wish they would have done that instead of waiting to have his kind of celebration on Collision, which they wanted to do that because of the lead-in from the NBA playoffs. It was going to pop a bigger rating. I get that. But they just kind of threw him in a match with Kyle Fletcher, which I thought was a fine match, and I like Kyle Fletcher, but I just felt like they needed to do the celebratory promo first before a match.
100% agreed. And I don't like Kyle Fletcher.
Fair enough.
I don't like Kyle Fletcher.
Because he dates Sky Blue?
He dates my girlfriend, my second girlfriend.
You got a whole roster full in AEW.
Sky Blue and Mama Wayne. We had a great dinner last week. The three of us. We had a little steak, little red wine, a gratin potatoes, some asparagus.
A gratin. He's getting fancy on us. Gratin potatoes.
No. Actually, I think Kyle Fletcher is a hell of a talent, and thought it was actually a really good match. So,
Steven Chambers says Mox and Takeshita gonna be a great match. I agree. I'm looking forward to that. I thought
who gets color, and you're gonna say Mox, but I bet you Takeshita gets color before Mox. That's how hard. Like that. I think that's how hard this match will be. It's
gonna be physical. It's gonna be physical. Mox and Hobbs wasn't that great, but
Hobbs got hurt.
Hobbs got hurt. Significant injury, a legit injury, and it was also reported today that Julia Hart's gonna need surgery from her injury, which sucks. That really sucks. She's gonna be away for a while. So.
You know what the surgery's on? Her broken heart. Shep dumped her last week, so
right. I was preparing myself for something worse, so I'll take.
I'm trying to be back to PG again.
Ish. Modern said hashtag free Anna J. She did get a match this week on Collision, so
she did.
Yeah, it was Collision. Yeah. Steve Chambers, Takeshita wearing the MC Hammer pants, hammer tie.
I love the MC Hammer pants with the oh god, I'm gonna butcher this name. Dolce Gabbana belt buckle. Like he's got a $500 belt buckle and $20 pants.
Yep.
So good.
Yep. But I know people were complaining like, why is the New Japan title main eventing your show? It's a big deal. It's a big deal, and you're one of your biggest stars in the company is wearing it. So
I would say right now, the two belts in WWE, whatever, AEW World Title. I would say the NWA World Title, the 10 pounds of gold, but the way that's been ran,
When they gave that Tyrus that, it ruined the
When
whole
that-
history of the belt.
I literally think the IBGP Heavyweight Championship is so iconic, and we're lucky to see it on American television weekly in some free matches.
Yeah.
It is right up there. Now, I think when they went to this belt design, which was Shibata, well, not Shibata,
Yes, that is the wedding gown match behind me. That is.
the wedding gown match.
Yeah,
Is that Dennis
there's-
Rodman?
That's David Flair. I'm trying to get out of the shot here for everybody. That is Stacy Keibler.
Stacy Keibler. Didn't she marry oh God, who's the
She was legit dating David Flair at that time.
Was she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but she married Ocean's 11 guy.
She was with George Clooney for a while, but they're not together anymore.
They're not together anymore.
No.
She choked him out with her legs.
Well,
Triangle choke. So who does she work with in this match?
That's why I'm waiting to watch. Because this is all right.
Oh, there
Getting
you
a
go.
show going on behind me. Oh, she must work with Daphne because Steffi says rest in peace, Daphne here.
Yep, there comes Daphne.
Yep.
I didn't know Daphne passed away.
Yeah, a year or two ago. Okay. What an interesting pay-per-view we got. That was WCW 2000.
Well, that was you did not hit the rabbit hole button.
No, I didn't. So, any other thoughts on Dynamite from Wednesday?
Hated the opening, loved the finish.
How about the casino battle? God, not Royale battle. Gauntlet, yeah, which was kind of confusing to follow.
It was confusing to follow, but it was very entertaining. Bunch of high spots. Obviously, Ospreay wins that one.
Do you like that we already know he's going to go against Roderick Strong?
Yeah,
for the international title.
Yeah, because I think that'll be the first gold you see on Ospreay.
100%. I think it's the right call. I know a lot of people think he should be right in the world title. That's coming.
No. I mean, he's an international star.
Yep.
I mean, he made his name in Europe, made his name in Japan, and then made his name in the United States.
And he could take that title overseas like it's intended to be.
Yeah, so. Which I think you will see more of, because obviously the guy is traveling back and forth almost every week. So if he decides to stay home on a weekend and do a European show,
yep,
why not have that belt and show it off for AEW? So yeah, it's the best of both worlds.
And yeah, Majin, I loved Will's reaction when Archer's music hit, because they have some history. In New Japan, Archer looked like a beast for a couple segments. Love that. I also love the interaction between Jay White and Will Ospreay, because there's some history there too. So there was a lot of good stuff.
If you watch Archer in New Japan, he is over.
Yeah, he's a monster.
They love him over there.
He's a monster. Yep. And Archer definitely towered over everybody in that match. Stephen Chambers, Wardlow costing Strong the title, planting seeds. Wardlow getting the boot from Undisputed Kingdom, which at Dynasty, Adam Cole gave him a look behind Wardlow's back. So planting some seeds there.
He did.
Big time. So, which, speaking of Adam Cole, it was great to see him walking at the Dynasty. So he's probably getting closer to a return. Unfortunately, though, his rival, the guy he turned on, MJF, sounds like he had a setback, and he was hoping to return in March, but his injury actually required surgery, his shoulder injury, so there's no timetable for his return, unless we're all getting worked.
Played.
But
we're getting played.
He did make a public appearance this weekend at C2E2. First time he's done that since he's been off television, and he was in a sling. So.
Back to Adam Cole, there's even though he's out of the walking boot, they say he's a long way from home.
Yeah, it was just nice to see him walking at least.
Still a long way from home.
I don't think you can have either of those guys return without the other.
I get that. Well, you got to make sure MJF signed a contract first.
I think he signed a contract a long time ago.
Well,
Because they said he was at backstage at Boston in March to talk creative. So I don't think you're doing that if you didn't sign a contract.
I still think he was backstage in Philadelphia, but
And Maja said props to MJF for dating Tits McGee, as he called her. Yep.
that is true.
Yep. Stephen Chambers, MJF in a sweet Forbidden Door. It is in Long Island.
Yeah.
That's where he's from. So
you know what? If it's in Long Island and he's signed with the company, he does more than just make an appearance in a suite.
yeah.
I can see him get on the mic.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. It is crazy. We're coming up on the 6th edition of Double or Nothing next month. That's pretty wild. Because even though AEW went on television late 2019, Double or Nothing was the first event they ever ran. And I like they're going back to the MGM this year and away from where the Knights play. Because they'll have a better chance of filling up the MGM. So
MGM's still 10,000 people, though.
it is 10,000, but it's not at 15, 18, whatever the Knights arena is.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought Dynamite was good this week. I enjoyed it. So
It had moments.
Yep.
I didn't like the original opener, but
right. But I did enjoy that match on Rampage, which we'll get into in a bit. But first on Collision, I thought Collision was really strong in ring this week. The pacing was pretty good, and this was another Collision followed by Rampage 3 hour. Which, Shep, I'm not crazy to think they're definitely taking advantage of the NBA, NHL playoffs and doing a few 3 hour Wednesday nights, 3 hour Saturday nights. Which this Wednesday night's gonna be 3 hours, live Dynamite and live Rampage. But they're testing this, aren't they? They're testing 3 hours on Wednesdays and Saturdays, aren't they?
yeah, they're testing it because I think eventually you're going to see Rampage go bye-bye.
I'm thinking you might be right.
Because it's just a random 10 o'clock show, which
On a Friday.
yeah, I mean, half the time we watch it, half the time we don't. So, yeah, they're definitely doing that, and I would think you would see. Just looking at it, I think they would do a 3 hour show on a Saturday and a Wednesday.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think that's where we're heading, though. One of the shows is gonna be 2 hours. The other one's gonna be extended to 3. We're still got 5 hours of programming, but I do think that's where they're headed with the next TV rights deal. They're talking about if Majin and Steph are talking about if MGF's gonna sing if he's in Long Island for Forbidden Door, and Steffi says, "I swear to Jesus, I'll get drunk if he sings."
Hey-oh. We get drunk together?
Stephen Chambers said, yep, they are doing Rampage after Dynamite this Wednesday. So definitely, yeah, they're definitely testing something. I'm not huge on a live 3 hour non-pay-per-view wrestling show. But with that said, I think AEW can do a better job with it than WWE does with Raw. Because AEW's got a really big roster, which they could use that time better, I think. And we already see they give us more wrestling per episode than Raw does. So
I think AEW's gave more wrestling on the if you go 4 hour television week, throw Rampage out of the picture. You got 4 hours a week compared to 5 hours a week on WWE. And I think it's 70% wrestling, 30% entertainment. And I think it is completely opposite on WWE.
Right.
You know, the wrestling we get, and I know everybody bitches like, oh, there's no storytelling, but the random matches that TK puts together are matches we want to see as fans.
Right.
He's got guys outside of the company, outside of AEW, in CMLL, in New Japan, in Stardom, and he puts them together and does it. It's so good, so good.
Yep. So But that's definitely going to be something to keep an eye on as we get later on this year and the TV media rights deals get agreed upon and everything. So, because I think they're going to get a nice 5-year deal with TNT/TBS. I don't think they're going anywhere.
I don't
I'd be
think they're
very
going.
surprised. I'd be very surprised.
And we're going to get a little streaming deal here coming
Yep,
this year.
with Max, which and Tony Khan actually even said this week that an AEW library will be available to stream by 2025 and could include New Japan. So when that happens, you won't see any WWE, WCW, ECW behind me, at least very often. You're going to see AEW.
Well, I mean, if they get a deal with New Japan, I mean, I already subscribe to New Japan
World.
And I think I pay $8.99 a month for that. And to be honest with you, I watch only the bigger events, which there's so much content I could watch that is in American broadcasting that I don't. It just I don't have time. But all of a sudden, if you pair AEW with New Japan together and make it $11 a month, I mean, holy cow, the amount of content will be ridiculous.
Yep. So some other things on Collision. We saw the AEW debut. Now, they're not signed, I don't believe, unless I missed it. But the grizzled young veterans made their AEW debut, which I thought was awesome. I thought they looked strong. But I hate the fact that they had the Acclaim go over them. Didn't like that.
I was confused. Right now, I felt like the Acclaim could take the L and not get hurt.
Yep. And I personally think a lot of people, myself included, are getting tired of Max Caster, getting tired of his stick a little bit. I would like to see them split eventually and Bowens have a singles run. That's just me. I think Bowens is stronger of the two.
Yeah. I think it's time for them to get rid of Billy Gunn, for sure. As much as I like seeing Billy Gunn on television.
He's been used a lot more as a talent than I think any of us ever thought he was going to be.
Yeah. And I mean, his physical shape at his age is awesome.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh,
still could go. He could still do a 30-minute match and not even shake a stick. But I just think it needs to be something different. I almost want to see him finish his career working with his boys somehow.
Yep. Which I'm ready for them to. They can make a new trios title. I don't like them carrying around both. If these are really unified, let's just get one title.
Which I mean, we would have got one, but I mean, TK was too busy, drafting linebackers. So
that's true.
Maybe here in the next month we'll get a new belt, which I think we will, obviously.
And the Bang Bang Gang did go over Top Flight and Action and Andretti, which was a good match. Good trios match.
Good match. Showcased the athleticism, obviously, of Top Flight and Action and Andretti, and we all love them. But
Stephen Chambers on YouTube said, "Bold prediction: Gunn's leaving to go to WWE, and Billy Gunn working at the Performance Center."
I don't think Billy Gunn would take a contract to go work at the Performance Center. I could see him taking his boys to Connecticut, but I think he would want to be an on-screen character with them. Now, does that mean he would not work at the Performance Center, during the week when it's not Monday or Friday? Okay. But for him to be his sole purpose to be in the Performance Center, I don't think he's ready for that yet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because, the Guns, this was the first promotion that Austin and Colton worked with. I mean, they were pillars in the 2020 Daily's Place era, just being in the crowd, and then they got in the ring. And, Billy's been with AEW since it started. So it's going to be interesting when a lot of these contracts, some of these originals start coming up.
And I think the Guns have proved themselves where when it's time to negotiate that contract, I think Connecticut would be interested. Now, unfortunately, I think Connecticut's interested and would put him to NXT.
Yep.
Right off the bat. So I'm not excited about that, but
which it's interesting too with how WWE now with being under Endeavor and TKO are handling their current talent that's coming up for free agency. Drew McIntyre re-signed this weekend. It sounds like a multi-year contract, pretty big money. The specifics weren't announced yet, but it sounds like, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, some of those other big name free agents, they're going to be getting some big time money coming up. So
Well, he didn't get big money, but he got a big ass sword from The Rock.
he did get a big sword from The Rock. And I love that's how the world finds out. The Rock puts it out there on Instagram.
Yeah. Man of his word.
Yep. Ray Phoenix, first time seeing him back in action on Dynamite, AEW since October. He got the win over Beast Mortos, but that match was a little long, I thought. But Phoenix is exciting to watch.
He is, but I thought this Beast Mortos guy was really good.
Mm-hmm.
He was a bigger luchador, and he could move so good.
Yep.
Like I was, like you said, it went a little long. You could have cut it off 5 minutes, but I thought it was a very, very entertaining match, especially with a guy that I've never seen before in this luchador.
Yep.
So
saw Roosh win a squash match over Martin Stone. Good to see Roosh back on television too. Timeless Tony Storm went over Anna Jay. So I know Majin always gripes, Anna Jay might get TV time, but she never gets any wins. But good win for Timeless Tony Storm there. What do you think? What direction do you think they do with her heading into Double or Nothing? Because we know Willow's going to defend her TBS title against Mercedes. So what do you think we're seeing for Timeless Tony Storm? Could we see a triple threat, her, Thunder, and Deonna Purrazzo?
Well, all of a sudden, Deeb's back in the picture. She shows up.
That's right. Serena Deeb. You're right.
Serena Deeb's back in the picture, so I think we're going to see something there. But I just love all of a sudden this Tony Storm character, and I liked it a month ago, but I think the more she does it, it's so good. And this last promo she cut with Mariah May, she's holding Mariah May's hand, and she says her promo, and she's just like, everybody chin up, and then Mariah May says tits out, and watch and watch for and then Mariah May says the shoe. It's so good. It's so good.
Yep. Anyway, we're gonna get her and Mariah May against each other eventually, but not yet. That's down the road.
Down the road, but I think Tony Storm right now, this is the best work she's ever done. And I'm even going back into her Connecticut days.
Mm-hmm.
And her gimmick, her character, the match she worked on Saturday, she literally wore an outfit that a professional wrestler would have worn in the 60s.
Yep.
A female professional wrestler would have worn in the 60s. And I mean, she's playing it perfectly.
Yep. And what do you think of the main event? Swerve having his first title defense against Claudio. Swerve, of course, successfully defending that. But it also should be noted that Swerve, he's wrestled 3 times in the last week. We've seen him wrestle twice as the champion already. Once was defending the title. Once was just an eliminator. That's one more time than our boy Cody Rhodes has wrestled in 3 weeks. Cody's wrestled once since he's become champion.
Yeah, and it was
it's
Friday
interesting
night.
how they use their champions a little bit.
It was Friday night against NXT talent, right?
Yeah, it was against Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes. There you go.
Yeah, it was a good match.
Good match. Weird Cody Cutter bump thing that everybody on the IWC took a liking to.
Mm-hmm.
It was odd to watch, but
it was
whatever.
But I liked Swerve and Claudio. I thought it was a good match. I mean, we all knew Swerve was gonna win, but Claudio, man, he's so good.
Claudio's so good. To put these guys together and let them have about 15 minutes, I think they got.
Mm-hmm.
Hard hitting, very, very stiff, very, very athletic. Swerve can do those athletic moves, but Claudio, for a big dude, can move right behind him. So very, very well done. Again, Claudio versus Swerve is not a free match on a Wednesday or Saturday night. That's a pay-per-view match.
Which leads me to this question. We're going to find out on Wednesday who Swerve's opponent at Double or Nothing's going to be. Who's your prediction? Because I'm struggling with this one.
On Wednesday?
Yeah, we're going to find out Wednesday who his opponent is at Double or Nothing. So who's going to challenge him for the title? I'm struggling with this one in my head.
Mox.
But wouldn't that be title versus title? Since Mox has New Japan title, I don't think they go that direction.
The way TK works, there's a couple guys in the back wing that could challenge it.
Because I think you got to go face heel, but I'm like, who's a heel that's been on a hot streak that doesn't already have a program? That's what I'm blanking on.
Well, actually, I think we're going to get Mox and Takeshita there. So
unless Stephen Hangman says Hangman could have a returning Hangman for yet another Swerve Hangman match.
I mean, they have history.
They have a lot of history.
And I mean, if Hangman wants to get buried again, but
I mean, I don't think they'll do this. And if they did, it would be the complete wrong thing to do. But Jack Perry, I think that'd be the complete wrong thing to do. But he's got a lot of heat as a heel. But I think you got to keep him within the lines of the elite and just keep him.
It'll be Kill Switch.
Oh, Jesus. We haven't seen him or any of the of Christian's gang for a little while.
That's okay.
I'm struggling with this one. I'm like, I don't know who challenged Swerve. I don't know.
Maybe Samoa Joe puts his rematch clause.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, it'll be interesting because there's no like heel that's coming out and hitting me in the face. So at least we don't have to worry about it being Jericho since he's the FTW champion.
So bad.
Even though it wouldn't shock me for Jericho to get his nose in there. And
it's about as bad as the bump that Taz took when Jericho pushed him.
Yeah, I saw that live. So
yeah. That was a bad bump.
Yeah. Well, he's not supposed to take about any contact, really. So.
Well, because of his neck, not his knees, but it still looked bad.
That whole segment was not that great, but something I did enjoy. I enjoyed the start of Rampage. I like parking lot brawls. I liked when I was younger on SmackDown, John Cena, Eddie Guerrero put on a good one. I liked the Best Friends against Santana and Ortiz in the Daily's Place era, the COVID era. I thought that was great. That's why I'm glad they did this in Daily's Place. Chuck E. T versus Trent Beretta. Bloody, physical. You got some of the talent there doing chants, cheering them on. And in the end, Trent picks up the win over Chuck E. T. Even though Ranger wanted to go after him, Statlander had to stop him. So I'm digging heel Trent Beretta. I'm liking it.
Did you notice one thing in that parking lot brawl? And this is maybe just me. There was not one vehicle in that parking lot brawl that was over a 2009.
It's funny you mention that.
Did you see the maroon Avalanche? They quit making the Avalanche in like 2012.
Yeah, people still love those. People who have them still love them.
Yeah, they're addicted to them. But I'm just thinking, holy shit! I'm watching a professional wrestling match in 2024, and there's a Chevrolet Avalanche in this parking lot, bro.
Whatever the white one was,
that's a Mercury. That was a Murray Mariner.
The one that Trent went through the windshield.
There was a white Mercury there. There was a bunch of blood on the wind.
The one that Trent went through the windshield. I bring that up because AEW tweeted about it today. And I'm going to bring it up word for word because it's a pretty good tweet. And I don't want to screw it up. They said, let's see here. They said, of course, now I got to scroll back because. Well, I'll go find it in a bit, but it was something along the lines of course, the most expensive car we have out there, they go through the windshield. Yeah, I'll have to go back.
Pacer's one. Pacers
Did they
won
win?
big. Yeah, 126 to 113.
So they're up 3-1 in the series now.
Let's go, sirs. I don't watch NBA.
I don't watch much either, but
I watch more WWE than I do NBA, but I got to root for the Pacers.
I do too. Oh, here it is. It says, the one time we splurged on a rental. And it was the one he went through to win. She goes, I don't know what it was, but that was their tweet. The one time we splurged on a rental.
Yeah, of course it is.
I don't know what it was, but yeah, I'm good with a parking lot brawl. Every 3 to 4 years. I like that. Got a comment here on YouTube: making either Dynamite or Collision to 3 hours would be a disaster. I'm not saying it'd be the best thing, but I think that's the direction they're going to go.
I think you can get rid of Rampage and do it on a Saturday night. Yeah. Wednesday night, no. Just because it's a weeknight. Saturday night's a little different.
Except Raw's a weeknight, and they do 3 hours every week.
Yeah. I can watch all in about an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's true.
With my fast forward button. So
That's true. How about Thunder versus Deanna? I thought that was a heck of a women's match to get on Rampage.
Again, another pay-per-view match we get to see free. Two awesome talents. And I've been kind of hard on Thunder since she's been back, just because I think she has a little ring rust. But I thought she looked really good. Obviously, I thought Deanna's good. She's just a good wrestler. So
yep. And we saw Thunder get the win. Deanna attacks her afterwards, which I like Deanna Purrazzo as a heel more so than a face.
Yeah. Deanna Purrazzo and Serena Deeb need to be heels.
Yep,
heels.
And
Thunder well, if we ever get to see her again.
Yeah.
Thunder and Toni Storm right now could do the face. So
I agree with that. And I like you could we should have 3 women's matches on Double or Nothing. TBS title match with Willow and Mercedes, which Mercedes needs to be a heel. She's she's money, no pun intended, as a heel compared to a face. Then you're going to have Toni Storm against whoever she defends her title against. And then I think Deanna and Thunder should get another one-on-one match at that pay-per-view. It might be a 0-hour match, but
that's okay.
Yeah. I still think they need
we should get 3 women's matches there.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's deep enough.
And I'm telling you right now, and I don't want to give my pick, and I know I'm going to be wrong, but there's no way in hell Mercedes goes over Willow right now.
No way she goes over?
Yeah, I want Willow to hold that belt.
I don't think there's any way they have Mercedes lose her first match. No way. No way.
You cannot bury Willow 1 month into this.
Oh, I agree. That would be an awfully short title reign, but I just don't see how Mercedes is the paid woman of all time, and you're not going to have her lose her first match.
But she might be. But I don't think outside of Boston, I don't think her pops have been good.
It was pretty good in Indy live.
I
don't know how it came across on TV, but live it was one of the bigger pops of the night because Paul Pluggo and I looked at each other like, whoa, we did not expect that. So again,
I think Mercedes is awesome in the ring. Don't get me wrong, I want to see her in that ring. But I don't think you can hurt Willow right off the bat.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting prediction when we get there about a month from now. And it's not like a women's match has ever bit you in the ass in predictions.
No ever. Shit.
Hey, it didn't in Dynasty. It got Paul though. It got Paul. So
Paul missed like 7 of them.
Paul did miss quite a few. Paul missed quite a few.
I missed the freaking 90-year-old. I missed the 90-year-old versus the 24-year-old.
He missed one match and he had 8 points on it. But Paul had 10 on that one. That was his full confidence pick. So
it's dumb shit.
Yeah.
I do a lot of dumb shit.
Yeah. And Big Bill, he went over Trevor Blackwell in a squash match, and Jericho was watching backstage and approving. So we're gonna get a Big Bill Jericho little faction going.
I quit.
It's pretty bad.
I'll never talk about that on this podcast. So what's next? What else you got, Tanner?
Well, the main event of Rampage was Shane Taylor Promotions, which these guys talk about not getting wins, but they get a lot of TV time. Lee Moriarty, Shane Taylor. Also, Anthony Gogo's in that faction against Shibata and Daniel Garcia. This got a lot of time. I mean, this thing was 20 plus minutes of time.
It was.
And Garcia and Shibata went over. So yeah, I mean, it was fine. It was just, I was surprised how much time it got, to be honest.
I think the more we see Shane Taylor and Lee Moriarty, just shows how good those guys are.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're necessarily good on the mic, but in the ring, they're very, very athletic. They can move very smoothly. Shane Taylor, for a big dude, he's a big dude, and he can move very, very good. So,
yep. And I like putting a go-go with them too. I mean, he's a guy who hasn't done anything since 2021. So reintroducing him with that faction, I think, is perfect. Because I think he's got potential. He's just still very green. So,
yeah.
He's an Olympic boxer. So, yeah. But no, overall, I thought it was a good week for AEW, a good week from a publicity standpoint. I know Tony made a comment on his interview with NFL Network that raised some eyebrows comparing WWE to Harvey Weinstein, called him the Harvey Weinstein of professional wrestling, which maybe in hindsight, you probably shouldn't have said that. Whether you agree or disagree, I think he could have got by without saying that. But other than that, I thought his interview was really good. The publicity with the neck brace was really good. I'm just happy he went through with the neck brace. I popped for that. So I think AEW's got a hot angle going with the Elite, and I hope they capitalize on it this week and keep it going, keep moving forward, because I think they're heading in the right direction as a company.
So how many times did TK show up with his neck brace on?
I don't think he shows up for a couple of weeks since he's going to be working remotely, and he's not.
Well,
he's not cleared by the doctors of travel.
They're in Canada, right?
Yeah.
So
I would love not to see him or them to mention that he's there for like a month, you know?
Okay. But don't most NFL teams, once they make these draft picks, have like workout days?
They'll have like a rookie camp coming up like in a couple of weeks, like their mini camp for rookies.
So next week when they have these new draft picks, I want to see a picture of him on the sidelines in that damn neck brace.
Yeah. He and Roger Strong had a good picture go viral where they both had neck braces on and said neck strong.
Oh, I mean, how are you not putting a T-shirt right now with his face on it and saying neck strong?
And Winnipeg, yes. Winnipeg.
It's Canada. Winnipeg. It's all the same thing.
Winnipeg, and then they go on a little Canadian tour this month and then in July, I think. She said that was her Jericho line.
Oh, okay.
That went over our heads. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. That was just over your head, below your knees. I don't know how to do it.
But no, they got to keep milking this neck brace for all it's worth. And I love it was the Andy Kaufman style neck brace too. It wasn't one of the newer fancy styles.
No,
it was the foam one.
So the one dipshit on McAfee's show, not Boston Connor, but the other one.
Yeah, he was ripping him for not.
He was ripping him because he's turning his head. He's like, I'm like, dude, you're on Matt. You made it because of Pat McAfee, and you're wearing a purple fucking suit, but whatever.
Yep.
It still kind of made me chuckle a little bit, but
yeah.
I love the best part. If anybody's listening with us that are football fans, the best part is Bill Belichick is sitting next to McAfee and he's laughing. When have we ever seen Bill Belichick laugh? Even break gimmick. He's such a stone cold guy, and he's sitting there laughing his ass off because McAfee is goddamn fly. McAfee's just making fun of him and talking about this. So,
yep,
love that McAfee got Bill Belichick to do that. Is that Booker T?
That is Booker T. And I think Canyon. I think if I'm not mistaken,
Canyon. And he dead?
Yeah, he is dead. Unfortunately,
Unfortunately, sorry, that was mean. I shouldn't. I that was very unsensitive. Of me.
But this was a big night for Booker because eventually by the end of the night he was crowned new heavyweight champion because of what went down with the Jarrett Hogan match.
That is true. True.
Yep. But okay, so what was your favorite show of the week and what rating do you give that show?
I don't think I've ever done this before, but my favorite show of the week was Rampage.
That's a KOP first for anybody.
And I'm going to give that show a 7.3.
Which is pretty strong for an hour show.
Yeah.
So I think it had my favorite match of the week, the parking lot brawl, but just with how the show ended, the hot segment, I'm going with Dynamite. I'm gonna go with 7-7 for Dynamite this week.
If Dynamite would have opened with Swerve, it would have been my show of the week.
Yeah, fair. So who's your wrestler? Did you get me? Did I cut out? Still got me? Or are you froze? Somebody in the comments let me know if I'm frozen or if Shep's frozen. Shep, you got me? I'm guessing I'm frozen. Dude, Shep, you got me?
You're back.
Okay,
You're back.
I could not tell if I
back.
froze, you
You're
froze.
back, baby.
I'm having some Wi-Fi issues, so it's kind of spotty. Who was your wrestler of the week?
Rest of the week, I'm going with. And this is a complete cop out, but I'm going with Ospreay.
No, I like it.
It's Ospreay, and the reason it's not Swerve is because he didn't get that opening segment like he should have.
Yeah.
So
I thought about going Swerve. I thought about going Swerve, but I'm going Trent Beretta. I don't think I've ever picked Trent as my wrestler of the week.
So do we get Trent and OC at the next pay-per-view?
I think so. Absolutely.
And Trent's got to go over. If you're going to give this guy a heel run, right?
I would like to see him go over, but they protect OC pretty strongly with wins and losses.
He doesn't have to go over cleanly.
Right.
He can do some dirtbag shit and go over, but if you're going to give this guy a run, right, like let him go.
Have everybody wants to, and it's interesting because she's kind of involved with two storylines. Statlander, I think she's going heel one way or the other. She's either costing Willow, in my opinion, or she costs OC. There you go.
I agree with you. I think Statlander should be a heel
because remember Trent whispered something in her ear backstage, and she kind of then didn't retaliate to whatever he said. So
some sweet nothings.
Yeah, and in the whole. I think there's something there within the Willow storyline too. So I think Stat needs to be a heel. I think she'd be a good heel. We've never seen her in that role. So
correct.
Yeah. But no, a lot of good things cooking for AEW. It should be a good Wednesday night. I don't remember what matches are on tap off the top of my head. Let me see if I can find them. Do you remember anything? I mean, I know we're getting Kenny's return. I know we're gonna find.
The only thing I remember is Kenny's return was advertised obviously very heavily. What's thing is this Swerve?
Oh, we get a match, a TNT match between Copeland and one of the three members of the House of Black.
Yeah, Copeland and the House of Black.
Which I want him against Malachi. But
It'll be Buddy.
I want him and Malachi at Double or Nothing. That's what I want.
Yeah, I think it'll be him and Buddy on Wednesday.
And we do have a women's match. We have, we got Jericho against Shibata, FTW title match.
Shibata should stretch him like the 90-year-old man he is. I know we're not going to get that, but.
We have Kenny's return. We find out Swerve's going against Double or Nothing. Where's the women's match? I saw it added. Where is it? Mariah May versus Serena Deeb.
Yeah.
That'll be going.
So Kenny has to open that show, right?
I think it'll be a great way to open it.
He has to open the show because, I mean, he's probably not going to perform. So you might as well just get it, have that music hit, have him come out with the pop.
You could have the Elite open and then Kenny interrupts them.
I think Kenny opens and the Elite erupts Kenny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, I think they got it.
Basically remind him that he's not elite. Like,
Yep. They replaced him with his
yeah.
rival.
Yeah, you're fired. Here's the new elite, and just bury him. So
Majin said, "You will plant your ass at the feet of the learning tree." Damn it! I like to play on words there.
it's dumb. So dumb.
You know, Shep, when Paul, Logan, Pluggo, and I were at Dynamite, I was trying to get a go on tour chant started at Jericho. Didn't work, but I tried.
Didn't go.
No, there was a lot of people chanting stuff at Jericho, but that one didn't hit.
So we just to let you know, the reason I didn't go to Dynamite is because my family was sick.
You were being a good husband.
I was that, and then I went to work on Thursday, and about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, ooh, I don't feel good. And I went home Thursday, and I stayed home Thursday and Friday. I tried to go to work Friday and had to come back home. And everybody just like, oh, it was the Masters. You want to stay home and play golf, which I sit there and watched a lot of Masters. Don't get me wrong. I did. Was that the – it was the –
No, you got your week screwed up. You were sick the week before we went to Indianapolis.
Then it was the week before I went to Indianapolis. Was that the week before or week after Indianapolis?
Your family got sick after you.
Okay.
They were going to Indy, so –
yeah.
He texted me in the morning like I'm not gonna go.
Yeah. Anyways, the stomach flu ran through the old Shepherd household, so I did get to watch a lot of the Masters on this couch right over here, but it was not fun. It was not fun at all. So,
well, Paul Pluggo and I might have picked something up at Dynamite because Paul's been sick this week. I've been sick this week. I know Pluggo's been sick this weekend, so yeah, we might have got something there. I don't know. So.
Well, I can make comments there, but I'm not going to.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Well. But anyways, yeah. I miss Dynamite. I'll be there. Maybe they come back in the fall because
that would be nice.
It'd be nice. I always felt like every time Jacksonville was in town with the Colts, Tony Khan had a Wednesday night at the Pepsi Coliseum. So
I think the reason he did it was because Dynasty in St. Louis, Midwest, he loves to have the Indianapolis show as a go home pay-per-view or a fallout after the pay-per-view for some reason. So,
well, NFL schedule comes out in May next week. So,
yep, maybe.
Obviously, that comes out. Jacksonville will play a game in Indianapolis because of the conference. So
correct. Oh yeah, he came out after the show and said some stuff about the Jaguars, and everybody started booing. It was pretty funny. He took it like a champ. So
he had to.
Yeah,
he had to. Unfortunately, I feel like our owner's still in rehab right now. So
that's your owner. That's not my owner. So.
Yeah, you're my owner.
I can't say anything. I mean, everybody that's watching live on KLP YouTube, X/Twitter, and Facebook can see who my favorite NFL team is, but with all the Bronco memorabilia, and that's nothing to brag about since Broncos haven't made the playoffs since 2015. So
yeah, I don't have any Colts memorabilia up here because I don't want any. I do have some actually. It's on that side of the wall over there. You can't see it, but to like if you watched any of the Colts draft, it's all Chris Ballard, which Chris Ballard had a little bit of a Shep rant on the press conference, but there's no Jim Irsay anywhere to be found. So, there's a lot of stories that back in December he OD'd and he's hopefully in rehab and not brain dead like a lot of people say. And so,
Majin wants this KOP title.
Majin wants the KOP title.
I'm sorry, it's been around my shoulder, my waist since September. Nobody can take it off me. So
yeah, fuck Jericho.
I love it. I love it that's the guy who cost you. I love it. That's the perfect guy to costume.
That's the fucking guy.
You're saying what everybody's thinking right now around the AEW World.
I was, let's go back 6 years. I was so happy when Jericho showed up that stupid press conference. We're like, oh my God, Judas, this is a great. Fuck Jericho.
Now he's Lionheart and nobody knows his music. Oh, no. Actually, no. It was a new song this week. It was a new Fozzy song I noticed.
It was a new Fozzy song.
Yeah, I don't know.
His hair looks like if you get close to a match, it'll fucking poof. Is that Mike Awesome behind you?
Yes, it is.
EC Dub.
Yeah, they ruined him.
Yeah. Mike Awesome. Hey, Mike Awesome lost the ECW title in Indianapolis
To Taz.
To a returning Taz who was already on the WWE roster.
Well, and Awesome was on the WCW roster.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah. That was
we got a United States title match coming up here.
That was at the Egyptian.
Get the freaks ready. It's Big Papa Pump.
Oh, geez. He wasn't sober.
No.
Anyways, on another rabbit hole, this coming Tuesday, how about the Sandman on Dark Side of the Ring?
That's going to be a good episode.
I'm not putting any respect on him. He sucks.
Steffi's hardcore ECW. These are comments towards Mike Awesome here.
Oh.
So
okay.
Yeah.
Mike Awesome was mediocre in ECW.
Oh boy, here we go.
He was. Tell me he wasn't mediocre in ECW.
So who were your boys in ECW then?
Love Sandman, love Dreamer, love Raven. I mean, I'll go old school. I love Terry Funk. I mean, there's nothing better than Terry Funk. Stephanie, wow. I mean, Tajiri. Look what Tajiri did.
Yeah, it's true.
Look what RVD and Jerry Lynn did. Some of the greatest.
Were you a Sabu guy?
I didn't care for Sabu because I felt like Sabu didn't want to work, but Sandman on Dark Side of the Ring this Tuesday should be maybe we should do a watch along.
It's gonna be good stuff.
Steph, you want to do a watch along? I don't know how to do that, but Tanner and Paul always set this shit up, so I don't know.
She's asking if you're related because you're going down her list for ECW talent.
Oh, maybe.
She says other than Funk.
I had a cousin up there in Canada that sold cars, so maybe you are related. And Steph's from Canada too, right?
She needs to clarify that. I don't remember if she is or not.
Are you from Canada, Steph?
If not, she's from the Northeast because last week she commented on being a show at MSG. So,
are you an East? Don't be an East Coaster.
I don't know. She'll have to clarify that for us.
Okay, maybe she'll.
We know Majin's a Winnipeg guy.
Yeah.
Which Majin? Are you going to Dynamite Wednesday?
You going up there with a little maple syrup or what?
Which he tweeted at us today that one of these weeks he found the crown that you've been talking about. The
Blackberry?
He found it, so he's gonna be breaking out one of these weeks.
So we're in the old Midwest, right? I don't know where that's from. I don't.
But Majin is going to Dynamite Wednesday, so have a good time. It'll be fun.
Good. Talking about the old Blackberry crown, and I found it at our local liquor store, and
she's originally that makes sense with Punk.
Chicago? Okay,
the Punk image there. That makes sense. Okay,
all right.
Midwest.
You're North Chicago, so you're a Cubs fan, right, Steph? So. I mean, we're gonna be 2 for 2 right now. I mean, we're related, and you're a Cubs fan. Definitely 2 for 2.
Living in North Carolina. All right, I like North Carolina. Yeah. It's not East. I don't call it East Coast. I mean, it is, but
North Carolina is an awesome town, actually.
Yeah. State. You mean?
I was gonna say Charlotte.
Yeah, Charlotte's good.
Charlotte and I used to visit a lot for racing. So, anyways, goddamn, what were we talking about? Blackberry Crown.
Yeah.
So the local liquor store here in our lovely town, walked in one day and got my normal, and they had Blackberry Crown sitting at the counter, and I'm like, "Oh man, you guys got it, dude!" A bottle of Crown's normally $29, right? They were asking. I don't know if they're getting it. They were asking $119 for a bottle of Blackberry Crown.
I thought you were going to say like $50.
No. So I said, I made a comment to the guy. I'm like, hey, look, like I would never buy it at $29, right? Yeah, I might buy it at $29 to do a drink for you on this lovely show. But I'm like, $119. He's like, well, he goes, I got it last week, and the boss put $99 a bottle, and we had 12 bottles, and a lady came in and bought 3 of them. I'm like, damn. And he goes, as soon as she bought 3 of them, he took it to $119 a bottle. I'm like, I hope you get it, bud. But
yeah. You have to check next time you're in there if they got it.
Not going to get it from me.
No. Modern says 33
up
there in Canada.
Which is like what? Like $14 American?
I have no idea. Asking the wrong guy. Wrong guy. Oh yeah, one more question I had for you, Shep, tonight as we wrap things up. Majin actually submitted it weeks ago, and I kind of forgot about, so I take the blame. He was asking me weeks ago, what if we could start one wrestling promotion? What talent would you choose? And that got me thinking. I was hoping Paul was going to be here because I thought we could all three, if we were starting a new AEW show, who you would start with. But then once that person was picked, then they were eliminated from the other person's selection.
So if I'm going to start a new promotion on my own, and I get one foundation member, one person
to build around, that's your main
around
person. Yep.
Big Bill. No.
Yeah. We all know better than that.
Man, that's a tough one. Now, can I pick any promotion, like any professional wrestler?
Sure.
Across.
Okay. All right. Here. Majin's explaining. He actually, if my mouse wants to work, God dang it. Mouse is not clicking. There we go. He said, who would you have as your world champ, mid-card champ, tag team champ, and women's champ?
Oh, Jesus, that's a lot to think of, damn it. It's 10 o'clock on a Sunday, you son of a buck. World champion.
Good content.
Okay, here we go. World champion. World champion, MJF. No question. Because of the age and unlimited talent.
All right, so now my pick for world champ, I'll go Will Ospreay.
Okay, all right. Oh, Ospreay.
I think he's the best in the world in ring, and you can build around him with anybody.
MJF a little better on the mic. Okay. Mid card. So many opportunities here. Mid card. Son of a bitch. So many. Here we go. Mid card. Mark Briscoe.
Ooh, I like that.
You're ROH world champion right now, Mark Briscoe.
All right. If we're going all promotions, my mid card's Gunther. I think what he did with the Intercontinental Championship was amazing. I think he will be the guy to take Cody's title off of him later this year. If we're sticking with AEW only, my mid card would be Daniel Garcia.
I like Mark Briscoe a little bit better. Tag team, no questions, ifs, ands, or buts. It's FDR.
If we're going to AEW, I mean, you took FDR. It's hard to argue against that. So I'll go with the Bucks if we're going to AEW. But if we're going overall wrestling,
you're going Usos, right?
Yeah. If they get back together,
Which I think they will get back together.
Yeah,
but
I do too.
Usos are so damn good.
I've always been bigger on them than New Day. So
yeah, fuck the New Day.
Yeah.
Fuck
Without Big E,
They're-
I don't care for them near as
Yeah,
much.
Big E, his neck's not good.
That sucks.
He, never mind. I should have said.
Don't
I was
don't.
gonna say something really bad right there,
Don't.
but well,
And
it was good for New Day. I mean, good for Big E, but
yeah,
anyways.
women's champ.
Women's champ. Oh, ooh, Becky Lynch or Toni Storm. Ooh, that's a tough one.
I'm going Rhea Ripley.
I'm going Toni Storm.
But if it was AEW only and you just took Tony, I will take a returning Jamie Hayter. I think she's awesome.
I think you look over the whole women's landscape, and it doesn't matter what promotion you are. The gimmick Toni Storm is doing right now is right up there with Rhea Ripley and Mommy.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And I like Becky Lynch.
Mhm.
She's a hell of a in-ring performer. And
What do you think about people calling her the woman version of Hogan? I was seeing that thrown around earlier this week after her title win.
I have not seen that.
I think it's stupid. I think it's an awful take.
I think I would never see how somehow
She
pair them
hasn't won a
two
title
together.
since 21. Like people act like she doesn't put talent over. She put over 4 females within the last year.
Yeah, and she's not going to hold this belt for 1,742 days.
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that was dumb. But each their own. Everybody's got their own opinion. Everybody's got, their likes and dislikes. I get it. But no. Any closing thoughts as we wrap up this bad boy?
I thought we had one of the best weeks of professional wrestling in a long time. I'm not saying because I bitched about Dynamite, but we had Dynasty. I thought Raw was good. I watched it semi sober in my hotel room. I got home and watched Dynamite, and then what we had this week,
I thought SmackDown sucked. I thought that because I don't like to draft. So
I watched SmackDown a little bit. Cody had his little. I watched the start of SmackDown, and I fast forwarded a lot of it.
Yep.
But again, we had Collision.
Hey, we got a run in from Logan. Logan said, "What's up, guys?"
What's up, Logan?
Hey, Logan. Hope your dad gets feeling better.
Love the Cub logo there, man.
Yes, got the South Bend Cub mascot there, I believe.
Yes. Yeah. Tell your dad that you're going to root for the Cubs, and he can root for the Cleveland
Guardians.
Commanders, the buddies.
Raw Sport.
I know. I had Washington Commanders, right?
Yeah.
But the Cleveland, the buddies, the let's not offend anybody in East Coast. That's mean.
He said he will.
All right. Thanks,
He's
Logan.
on it.
He's on it. Go Cubs. Tell your dad go Cubs. Go jump on his belly. Make sure his belly's okay. Anyway, what the hell was I talking about before this happened?
SmackDown.
SmackDown. Yeah, SmackDown was okay. Sucked. Wasn't a
I
big
thought it
fan.
was awful. Barely anybody changed shows. I don't like the draft.
I don't.
The
I
draft
think that draft is dumb.
it's because it lasts for like a month, and then people are jumping ship. So
Yeah. Even they had the legends. Legends came back and made the draft picks.
Yeah.
Dudleys were there. Fun. Great.
yeah,
Whatever.
we know Butters bully race check a little bit on busted open.
Yeah. Makes a lot more sense now when you listen to him every morning at 9
Yep.
o'clock in the morning.
A
So
little bit. But and then one last thing for me, I don't want to see AEW do any sort of draft. I think they got a big enough roster they could, but I know that was suggested when Collision became a thing. I don't want to see that.
no, I don't want to see that. And that would limit these outside promotions that Tony Khan brings in
Right.
a guy for a 1 or 2 off. That would limit that. And I don't want to see that. I love seeing this Beast Master or whatever the hell the guy that
Yeah.
what was his name?
I pulled down my notes, but it was something
Beast Master or whatever.
Matras. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was like
he was
Matras.
good. He was good.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Nick Nemeth, CMLL heavyweight champion, went over Alberto Patron, who wears a T-shirt now because he looks like shit.
That guy's a loser.
But eventually, when Vikingo comes back, we're gonna get Vikingo and Nick Nemeth. Thank you. Take my money. Let's go.
Well, did you see you challenged sent a challenge to Vikingo on social media, but I don't know if it was accepted or not.
No, I did not.
The villain, Marty Skrull.
Okay.
Marty does some CMLL stuff.
Yeah, that's about
maybe it's AAA. Where's it AAA? I don't know. He does one of them.
No, well, yeah, I think he's AAA, and then CMLL is Flip Gordon.
Okay. All right. Well,
book Flip, man, book him.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, not so much.
But I mean, can you imagine Nick Nemeth and Vikingo? Like, I'll take that. Like,
yeah.
Well, I love the resurgence of Nick Nemeth. Got some belts on his shoulder. He's doing Busted Open on Fridays, I think, right?
Fridays, yep.
So, yeah.
How about Matt Hardy in TNA?
Fuck off.
But he's not signed. He says he's still in talks with AEW. He's on a per date contract.
He's a nut job. He is a freaking nut job.
So what you're telling me is when Jeff's contract comes up here in the next month or two, you just want Jeff to leave too? Because I think Jeff will. I think he's gonna go where Matt is. So, and it's too bad. It's too bad. It's what could have been, but
yeah. But you know what? We're past that point. It's time to move on. Yeah.
Yeah, Logan agrees with you.
Somebody does. Yeah, no. If he wants to go, to TNA, they want to have one last run in TNA. Good for them.
Yeah,
let them do it.
I agree.
But I'm over them in AEW.
It just didn't work.
At first, I thought it was going to be awesome. I was all for it. But yeah, let him do that delete shit against Moose and whoever the hell's over there in TNA. So
Mike Santana's in TNA now.
Yeah.
He actually did sign a deal. Martin says he's just bringing his broken brilliance to the total nonstop of action again.
Yeah. What channel is that on again?
Is it still on Axis? I don't know. I can never find it. Well, that's why I don't watch it. I used to watch it on the Twitch.
The Twitch?
Yeah, the Twitch.
Again, y'all and your Twitch and your gaming and all that stuff. I don't know how to do that stuff.
You're not that old, Shep.
I'm old.
You're not that old.
Compared to you, and what the hell are you watching back there?
We got Vampiro and Sting fighting in a graveyard.
Oh.
This was Sting from 24 years ago, and then he was jumping off stuff in 2024.
Yeah, he was still healthy back then.
Martin says, so the trade is Santana and Matt Hardy to TNA for the guns to AEW. Throw up the Sting AEW meme. AEW wins again. He's talking about Motor City Machine Guns because they should be coming anytime soon, any day. So, AEW.
I think they show up at your next pay-per-view.
Double or Nothing?
Yeah. You're not gonna have them show up on a Wednesday. Well, again, I'm not. TK's proved us wrong, right?
Yeah, right.
But I think that is a pay-per-view worthy debut. Those guys are legends in the tag team world.
Yep. Yep. I'm looking forward to them to becoming all elite and enhancing the tag division yet even some more. So
yeah. Good stuff.
Maybe we'll see Wednesday night. Maybe Majin gets to see him live in Winnipeg.
Way to go, Majin. Give me an autograph.
Anything else, Shep, to close before we close? All right. Well, it's been fun. Like always, another fun week of AEW. Looking forward to talking about it next week. Whatever goes down on Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision, we will we will be there to break it down. One last question from Logan: If WWE and AEW give you a contract, which show will you go for?
Ooh. If they give me a contract, right?
Yep, if they give you a contract.
Oh, I'm going Wednesday Night Dynamite for sure. Just so I can show up and piss with the EVPs.
And Jericho.
Fuck Jericho. He's fired.
Yeah, I'm signed with AEW, hoping they give me a little more money, and I don't have to work as many dates a week. So,
You sound like the typical millennial. I get more money and I don't have to work.
well, Logan's saying same, and look, hey, I think he's a bigger WWE guy, so that's saying something if he's saying same.
All right.
So, all right. On the well, did we get another? Oh, no. Okay. So, all right. With that, we will wrap up tonight's show. Thanks for watching, and thanks for everybody that tuned in on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Please hit that follow button. Give us a like. Give us a subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Smash that like button. I should say that's what the kids say. Smash that like button on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so you know when we're live every Sunday at 8:30 Eastern Time. And you can follow us on all social media platforms at Kicking Out Pod. If you want to follow us on Twitter, Shep27. You can follow the Unwise Man, Paul Zartman, at Paul Zartman921. And if you're listening on your favorite audio podcast platform, please give us that 5-star rating and review, because we are 5-star KOP in all reviews and ratings. Help us out. With that, I'm Tanner Lee. He's Austin Shepard. Join us next Sunday as we kick out yet another podcast.